That sound, that's the sound of time. For many of us, it's a constant companion, a reminder of deadlines, of appointments, of moments passing. But for many men, especially as we cross the threshold of 50, that ticking clock can start to sound like something else. It can sound like a countdown, a quiet, private fear that the man you've always been is fading. It often starts subtly, an intimate moment that doesn't quite have the same certainty it used to, a hesitation where there was once confidence, and a question that echoes in the quietest hours of the night. Is this it? Is this just the way it is now? My name is Dr. Beatrice Shaw. I'm a doctor of medical science and a practicing urologist with over a decade of experience. And I'm here to tell you that the answer to that question is a resounding no. What you're experiencing isn't a personal failing. It's not the irreversible march of time. And for millions of men, it has nothing to do with pills, hormones, or complicated procedures. It's a mechanical issue. Think of it like this. Your body is a high-performance vehicle. Over the years, you've taken it on incredible journeys. But after 50, a critical check engine light can come on. For erectile function, that light is often ignored because we're told it's just getting older. But what if I told you that you have the owner's manual, that you have the tools in your own garage to fix it? Today, we're going to open the hood together. We're going to look past the myths and the marketing, and we're going to get our hands on the real machinery of male vitality. The problem isn't your engine, it's the support structure. It's a group of muscles you've probably never thought about, but which hold the absolute key to unlocking the powerful, reliable erections you thought were a thing of the past. We're talking about your pelvic floor, and by the end of this video, I will give you 5 specific, simple stretches, a daily routine that takes less than 10 minutes, that will strengthen this foundation, supercharge your blood flow, and give you back the control and confidence you deserve. This isn't a miracle cure, this is science. So, grab a water, find a comfortable spot, and stay with me. Because your journey back to peak performance starts right now. Alright, let's get straight to it. Before we learn the exercises, you need to understand what we're targeting and why it's so incredibly important. When most people hear pelvic floor exercises, they think of Kegels for women after childbirth. That's a fundamental misunderstanding that has left men in the dark for decades. Your pelvic floor is a hammock of muscles, ligaments, and fascia that stretches from your pubic bone in the front to your tailbone in the back. Look here on the diagram. It supports your bladder and your rectum. It's the gatekeeper for urination and bowel movements. But here's the secret that's been hiding in plain sight. It's also the master controller of your erections. An erection is all about blood flow. In my clinic, I often say, what's good for the heart is good for the penis. When you're aroused, your brain sends signals, and a key molecule called nitric oxide is released, which tells the blood vessels in your penis to open up or dilate. Blood rushes in, and voila, an erection. But here's the part no one talks about. To keep that blood there and maintain a hard, lasting erection, a specific muscle in your pelvic floor, the bulbospongiosus, contracts. It acts like a valve, pressing on a deep vein at the base of the penis, trapping the blood inside. See that? That muscle is your gatekeeper of hardness. After 50, just like any other muscle you don't actively train, the pelvic floor can weaken. It can lose its tone and its responsiveness. When that bulbospongiosus muscle is weak, it can't effectively clamp down on that vein. Blood flows in, but it also leaks back out. The result? Erections that are softer than you want, or that don't last as long as you need. It's also why many men start to experience post-void dribble, that annoying little leak after you think you're finished urinating. The muscle responsible for that final push is also part of the pelvic floor. A weak pelvic floor means less control everywhere. The good news? This is muscle. And muscle can be retrained. It can be strengthened. And that is precisely what we are going to do today. Before you can work a muscle, you have to find it. This is the single most important step. If you get this wrong, You'll just be clenching your butt or your abs, and you won't see results. So, let's find it together right now. No one around you will even know you're doing it. There are two primary ways to identify these muscles. Method 1, the urine stopper. The next time you are urinating, try to stop the flow midstream. The muscles you squeeze to do that, that's your pelvic floor, specifically the front part of it. Now, do not make a habit of this. Stopping your urine flow frequently can mess with your bladder signals. This is just an identification tool, not the exercise itself. Method 2, the gas holder. Sit or stand comfortably. Now, imagine you are in a very important, very quiet meeting, and you need to prevent yourself from passing gas. The muscles you tighten to hold it in? That's also your pelvic floor, primarily the rear part. Now, let's refine this. Sit upright in your chair, feet flat on the floor, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, try to gently perform both of those actions at once. Imagine you are drawing everything up and in, from your tailbone towards your pubic bone. It's a subtle lift, an internal squeeze. Pay attention to what you're not doing. You are not clenching your glutes, your butt muscles. You are not squeezing your thighs. You are not sucking in your stomach. You should be able to breathe perfectly normally while doing this. Try it now. Squeeze gently and hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and now completely relax. Feel the difference. That release is just as important as the contraction. Got it? Perfect. You've just met the muscle group that's going to change the game for you. Now let's put it to work. We're going to start lying down as it's the easiest way to isolate these muscles without gravity working against you. All right, here we go. This is your 10-minute daily routine. I'm going to walk you through each of the 5 exercises step by step. Remember, consistency is infinitely more important than intensity. We start with the absolute bedrock of pelvic floor training. This is about building conscious control and endurance. Now that we've isolated the muscle, we're going to integrate it into a dynamic movement. The bridge is fantastic because it not only works the pelvic floor but also activates your glutes and hamstrings, which are key supporting muscles, and it drives blood flow into the entire pelvic region. This next one might surprise you. So far, we've focused on strengthening, on contracting, but a major problem I see in my clinic is a hypertonic or overly tight pelvic floor. A muscle that's always clenched is a weak muscle, and it restricts blood flow, the exact opposite of what we want. This stretch is about release and relaxation. Our ancestors spent a lot of time in a deep squat. We've lost that, and our pelvic health has suffered for it. This position naturally lengthens and relaxes the pelvic floor muscles, improves hip mobility, and promotes healthy blood flow. This last one is an advanced technique, but it is profoundly effective. We're going to do some self-myofascial release, essentially giving a deep tissue massage to the base of the pelvic floor to break up tension and trigger points that can impede blood flow and nerve function. All you need is a chair and a tennis ball. And there you have it. The foundational Kegel, the pelvic bridge, the happy baby, the deep squat, and the perineal release. That is your 5-step toolkit. Done consistently, this routine can take less than 10 minutes and will fundamentally retrain the muscles responsible for erectile strength and control. These exercises are incredibly powerful, but I wouldn't be doing my job as a physician if I didn't put them in the proper context. A strong erection is a symphony, and the pelvic floor is just one section of the orchestra. To make that symphony sound incredible, you need to tune the other instruments. Cardiovascular health is king. Remember what I said earlier? What's good for your heart is good for your erection. Aerobic exercise, brisk walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, for 30 minutes most days of the week is non-negotiable. It improves blood flow everywhere, enhances nitric oxide production, and keeps the plumbing clean. Manage your stress. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, which are vasoconstrictors. They literally clamp down on your blood vessels, directly counteracting the process of getting an erection. The relaxation stretches we did, like the happy baby and deep breathing, are a fantastic starting point. Look at your plate. A diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats damages your blood vessels. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, like the Mediterranean diet, protects them. Think of it as putting premium fuel in your high-performance vehicle. These exercises are not a replacement for medical advice. If you have sudden erectile dysfunction, pain, or other concerning symptoms, you must see a doctor. It can be a sign of underlying conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or neurological issues. Consider your erection the check engine light for your overall health. Don't ignore it. We started this conversation by talking about a ticking clock, a feeling of loss, of quiet desperation that so many men feel but never, ever talk about. I hope that by now, you see that you are not powerless against that clock. You are the mechanic. You have the tools. This isn't about chasing the man you were at 25. It's about becoming the most powerful, vital, and confident version of the man you are today. This is about more than just sex. It's about connection with your partner. It's about the self-esteem that comes from knowing your body is strong and responsive. It's about changing the narrative from one of decline to one of empowerment. Commit to this 10-minute routine every day for 1 month. That's my challenge to you. Feel the difference. Notice the increased control, not just in the bedroom, but with your bladder as well. Notice the newfound confidence. You have nothing to lose and a whole new chapter of your life to gain. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. This is a conversation that needs to be had, and you've just taken the first, most important step. Now I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know which of these exercises you're most excited to try. Your journey can inspire someone else to start theirs. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. I release new science-backed content every week to help you take control of your health. Be well, be strong, and know that your best years are not behind you.